Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast. Previously on Tavern Tales. The gricks are dead, but their nest contained 2 magical artifacts, ancestral stonehammer items, Eldakar's dwarven plate mail, and an instrument of the bards, as we continue on to the 4th level of the Forge of Fury.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? 1 beer or 2, I'll drink to you.
And now let us peek into the adventure itself, as the Stonehammers make their way back down the embankment past the dead gricks, and find themselves in front of a very special door. It has a keyhole right set in the middle of it. The door has no hinges all the way around it that you can determine. And Oscar, knowing he has a special key given to him by his not grandfather, or at least found on his corpse, takes out said key, and with no flourish, because that is the Oscar way, places the key into the lock. Does he say anything when he puts the key in the lock?
No, I just put it in.
Saying nothing when he enters the key, sliding it into the lock firmly and happily. Oscar twists the key once and snaps the key in half.
Wow.
Upon saying, Oscar, upon doing so, exclaims,
I didn't see that one coming.
there we are. You're holding the nubbin of the key.
Is that
It
proper
is
key
flush.
terminology?
Sure, why not? I don't care. It is flush to the wall. You can't pick. You try to get your little tooly tools out, and I'm holding my hands out and clenching my forefinger to thumbs and pulling them repeatedly like I'm trying to remove a thread. Won't come out.
Maybe we need to knock.
It's really the only thing we needed Chelsea here for. I mean, Fogram's like, I'll run at it. I'm gonna wreck it. I'm gonna wreck it.
So if we run at it together, we can bust it down.
After attempting to do so, and both of you incurring like 8 points of hit point damage, it's realized this don't open.
Can I try my mason or carpenter tools to get the key out?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I try.
Yeah, and you fail.
Okay, did we
Like I
actually
said,
take
try.
those hit points?
No, I mean,
Oh,
you'll have a rest in between then and now, so you get those hit points back.
so do we have to go a different way now?
No, there is a scroll of knock.
Oh,
And because you realize that this is the only way that you have not explored in this entire level. This is the way down to the 4th level of the Forge of Fury. In order to get there, you have to cast the spell Knock.
But one time.
where is the scroll?
The scroll is on Tessicar's character sheet. And that's when Tessicar says,
Do I get to use my scroll of knock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you should go for it.
Yeah, nothing else is working.
And my key's fucking broken.
That was aggressive.
Yay.
cast the spell. Is that just throwing the paper down? Is that all I have to do is just throw the paper down?
I cast the paper down.
That's really good.
I literally cast it.
It literally fluttered to the ground gently. But does Tessicar say anything cool when he casts the spell? Because you have to have some sort of somatic thing to finish off in a flourish, and you will have used your scroll of knock.
This is... Okay, 1 second.
Sure.
Can I have a knock-knock joke conversation with the store?
Yes. That could be the somatic. Do it. Go for it.
Is the door going to answer me? Or do I have to say the door's part?
Yeah, I mean, it's knock. The door will answer you because it's magic.
Oh, okay. I just thought I'd check.
Hey, knock knock.
So when you do that, you have to bang on the door itself, and you do so, you bang upon the door, and then the magic takes place. Normally, the spell happens like that, a snap of the fingers and it's done, but we're, not in combat, so it can be a beautiful, colorful thing. So when you knock upon the door, the whole face of the door, because it literally is the face of Durgeddon the Black, the face animates and says in Dwarvish, "Who's there?"
Open!
Open who?
Open, you fool!
I didn't like that. Door opens. And of course, the loud ringing boom, boom, boom sounds.
Is this gone now?
Yes. How does the scroll disintegrate? Does it burn up in a flare of ash? Does it just fall to pieces as though all the magic was all that was holding it together for this last several centuries? Or does it some other way wipe clean?
As Tessakar tells his knock-knock joke, the inscription on the scroll lifts up and flies to the door and sticks on the door. And then as the letters lift off the scroll starts to fade away and ghosts away.
Cool. Just fades away, like it just passes from this
from this dimension into a different one.
And the door opens. There is a loud clicking mechanism as the lock finally turns. It does not spit out the remnants of key when it does so, but the door swivels at the top and bottom, right in the middle. And it opens like a revolving door with a secret door sort of thing, like when the old Scooby-Doos. Opens only halfway, though, and both entrances look to the same pathway leading down a flight of stairs into darkness.
Well, let's proceed cautiously.
These types of doors are really not common nowadays in dungeons. It was like a thing of the past, really more like a stylistic choice, like white cabinets in the kitchen.
Can we walk and talk?
I believe that's what's happening.
Oh, is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like, ideally, you're all sitting here. You're all sitting here at the table. It's hard to envision, but imagine the walking and the talking.
I mean,
Like,
Melusine always has, helpful things to say about the scenery.
Do we want to be proceeding more cautiously?
We just rang a gong to open a door. I do not think that anyone's going to care that doesn't already care.
Melusine, more involved in the I get to use my voice and talk now because we use the knock spell, doesn't notice the trap on the stairs. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's very on brand for me and my characters, so I'm fine with it.
Funny.
There is no trap on these stairs leading
good.
down. They lead down to a octagonal room. And this, what?
Continue.
What, did I not say it right?
No, you did.
Okay.
I'm just picturing it.
Oh. Like,
My mind. I have a very active imagination. It takes my whole face.
Allison furrowed her brow as she began to imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh
Like a
my
stop
God, that's
sign.
so many. Oh, a stop sign. Yeah, I can picture that so much more easily. Sides to a walled room. It is perfectly octagonal. And there is nothing in this room except for 3 oversized dwarven statues.
Oh.
The statue to your left holds in its hand a sword and shield. The statue in front of you to the north holds in its hands 2 swords. And the statue to the right of you, to the east, holds in its hands, its right hand, a sword, and its left hand, an axe. And below the swords of the dwarves in the middle, so if you're looking ahead, there's the 3 dwarves. If you look between these swords and between these swords, there are 2 doors set in the walls behind them.
Is there any writing on the statues, like on the base, or any sort of description?
Yes. Aaron, what is the description on all 3 of them?
On all 3 of them?
Yeah, it's the same inscription on all 3.
To fight for honor and justice.
Bitches. Yeah.
Bitches.
Other than Nimrod calling people bitches, dwarves do that really well.
Can Eldith go and try and take the sword and the shield?
They are all carved of stone and
Oh.
part of the statue.
Well, you didn't say that.
It was implied.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like two statues and they had like nice weapons.
No.
There's 3 statues.
That's kind of cool.
Three statues. They're
Good effort.
carrying
Yeah.
cool weapons, but those weapons are all part of the statue itself. You could probably smash with your maul down on the wrist and take these stone implements of doom. But give me an investigation check when you get close, and you can also give me an investigation check, Melusine, with advantage.
So I was going to ask about the doors. Are they on one of the, like, is a door on each one of the sides of the octangular shape? Or are they on one side, both doors? How big of a room are we talking about?
The direct north wall has a statue. The northwest and northeast walls have doors. The east and west walls have statues.
Oh, okay. Now I see.
Okay.
I see in my head a lot
Perfect.
better. Cool.
All right, how'd you do on that investigation check?
I got 8.
Total?
Yeah.
What, you rolled a bad roll?
I had a 7 and
Oh,
my
okay.
investigation's
Yeah,
only plus 1.
not very good.
I got
So
a 10.
10 total.
Yeah.
All right. They are wearing helms with the standard, Durgeddon the Black's branding sort of style with the nose guard. And it is dark, so you don't really pay too much attention to these statues.
They're totally going to come to life.
What would you like to do?
Can I try investigating?
What are you investigating?
I want to see if I know anything about, because usually there's traps associated with some of these things. See if I can. I guess I'd be more checking for traps, but.
That's an investigation check. You can investigate for traps.
Can I do a history to see if we recognize any of these 3 dwarfs? Like if they're known?
Yes. All right, go for it. What'd you
14.
get? 14. Based on your experience with statues in this place, there's a trap. You just don't know what it is.
19.
19. Yes, you are positive that all 3 of these are Numic the Unlucky carving himself into statue form again, and you're not too sure why Melusine isn't pointing that out. But these 3 are also wearing helmets, and Numic the Unlucky was not wearing a helmet in any of his previous iterations of statue.
What happens when we look up? Do we see anything?
You see the roof. It is a very nice roof, perfectly squared up,
Well,
octagonal in shape as well. There's a good question, though. You can have a gem.
ha!
Especially with the helmet. I'm just
Right?
worried about my noggin.
Something raining down on us, like troglodytes.
Ooh, no more of those, please.
Is there any big differences between the 2 doors, or are they fairly identical?
They are identical doors. Yep.
Can we listen to see if there's anything on either side of each door?
How would you like to do that?
I will walk up to the door to the left
Sure. Yeah.
and put my ear up against it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Nothing. You hear nothing. No sound at all.
Can I walk over to the other door and do the
Yes,
same thing?
absolutely.
And nothing?
Still hear nothing.
Well, what do we do?
There's probably something going on with these statues.
And these 2 doors are the only doors in the room that we can
They
see?
are the only doors.
What was the, this is out of character, but what was the rule about Numics?
Numic carries an axe, not a sword.
Right, yeah. So,
Probably the one with the statue is the correct door to go through.
I mean, that one's by, but yeah.
But it is strange.
But it has a sword and an axe.
Shield, sword, 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 axe. It's very strange.
Like the axe theoretically is pointing to a non-door.
Yes.
I'm going to go investigate that wall.
Sure. You go over and have a look. What is the rest of what you doing while Melusine is
Looking at a wall
investigating the wall?
randomly.
It's weird because Melusine's not saying anything. You got in this room and then Melusine stopped talking.
To stare at the stone.
It's only when you're walking down boring hallways and cavernous entrances that
I've never said I had
talks.
good timing.
It's true.
Foggy's just admiring the statues.
Oh, okay, cool. How so? Like he's just liking the statue work, or he thinks that they're really buff?
He's imitating the different postures. Trying to test them out.
Yeah.
Like axe and sword. Ooh, I like this one. But then testing them out.
Sword and shield. Cool. What's everybody else up to?
I kind of want to see it. I'm not magical. I want to know if there's anything magical about the statues. But I don't have Arcana.
There's no runes on these statues, and they are made of good marble or whatnot, so you're pretty sure that there wouldn't be any way for them to be. Oh, I forgot to say one thing. Dimly in the distance, somehow, and you're not sure, you can hear the faint ringing of hammer on anvil.
Someone's a forging.
But it is not specifically coming from the two doors. Like, you didn't hear it any louder or better from either of those two doors.
So this wall that I have looked at, can I roll an investigation?
I thought I'd asked you to
No,
do
you
so.
just said you go and look at it.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll a single die and give me the result, please.
Oh, 19.
Reveals a secret door.
Dun, dun, dun. I make the reveal sound from Legend of Zelda
Because we're all familiar with that. Oh, perfect.
with the strum of my mandolin.
Eldith, since you were so active in the pursuit of that, can I just get a perception check from you?
12.
So you spot a secret door, Melusine,
Mhm.
and that's where you hear the sound of ringing from. And this door is actually directly behind the dwarf with the axe and the sword.
Hey, I think I found something. This is Numek, I think. Looks like Numek, maybe, with a helmet on. It's kind of tricky.
I can confirm it is Numek.
Okay, cool. But Numek with an axe is always important, and I think that there's a door behind here.
Is the door already shown, or do we have to figure out how to...
The door has been revealed and can be, and you can attempt to open it if you can figure out how, with such a good roll of 18, which
19.
ironically I believe is, sorry, what?
19.
19? You needed an 18 in order to spot
Ooh,
it, so
good
good for you.
Yo, you're the rogue.
Any buttons, keyholes, or switches that we can see around this secret door?
Yes. Allison, how does this door open?
Ooh.
It's very well hidden. Like, you know how they do the 3D painting on the floor? Like, you know how they do the sidewalk painting and it looks like super 3D?
Mm.
So it's kind of like that, except it's to hide the fact that it's just a giant lever.
Oh,
The
there's a
big red.
lever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That like blends in with the brick or whatever stonework there is. But there's like a giant lever. I don't know how
it
we
has
missed
a
it.
red ball at the top of it.
No, okay, not a red ball.
Okay.
Whatever the color of the cave is.
Oh,
like
okay.
black.
That would have been
That
really
makes
funny.
I thought red. I'm like, no, that's dumb.
It's
So-
like the ultra camouflage guys that like go and like stand next to like they're he like the guy that was in the aisle and he like painted himself to look like all the juice bottles.
Yeah.
Yes. Like
So let's be clear. Melusine is standing there and she has found the door, but not the lever.
Mhm.
And Oscar walks up and Melusine's like, "You're a rogue. You know how to do this." And Oscar's like, "Yeah, you pull the lever." So
I pull the lever down.
yes, the door opens silently or on squeaky hinges, Paige.
I think squeaky hinges because it probably hasn't been opened in a while.
No, that's not true. It definitely has been opened quite a bit. And
Uh-oh.
as you look back, as there's no light that's shone,
Could have saved us by saying it opened quietly, but no, you had to make a sound.
It's not like the knock earlier didn't alert anyone.
there are more stairs leading down, and they lead down to a closed door. So there is no light that's sent in from this open doorway. However, wind blows gently from the door as it opens, and you can faintly see a few things. One, the floor has kind of a path, like a light coating of dust on it, but there is almost no dust from the stairs you just descended to the door, as though people pass by on that pathway and that pathway alone, not something you noticed previously.
How loud is the sound of the hammer and anvil?
Wherever
can-
it's happening, it's pretty loud. From where you are, door being in front of you, possibly other doors and distance, it's just a sound you can hear. And of course, it's like fresh bread in the oven. That smell of fresh bread, or the first smell of stew that's being simmered on the stove when they lift the lid and you're like, oh. Hammer on anvil is like that for dwarves.
Oh.
So if you can picture how that smell makes you feel, that's how a hammer on anvil would make dwarves feel. Like you're home. Like it's like it's just that beautiful effervescence of like, oh, and you feel the tingle as the tension in your back and spine loosens up and your shoulders carry the load a little bit more easily. There's a spring in your step as you're going down the stairs because someone is metal crafting. Someone is doing something and creating.
Would there be any use for divine sense in this instance?
Like, you want to know if there's a fae or a devil or a demon or an undead around?
Yeah, or if it's a consecrated or desecrated place or object that we're walking into.
You're walking down a flight of stairs to a door, not going to help you because you're just going to get what's in the stairwell and door, and there's nothing here. Yeah, nothing there.
Foggy especially likes the sound of anvil, and so the spring in his step is quite apparent as he's pretty much like full on skipping down the stairs.
Is he like on beat to the...
Oh yeah.
Like, dun, 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 dun.
Maybe humming to myself. Yeah.
Yes.
Blunt the knives, dun, the forks, dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Maybe you should be Foggy.
Even Tessakar has a spring in his arthritic step.
Eldith is actually trying to cover her ears from the sound because the sound is reverberating off of her plate armor.
Oh,
and
it's not so loud
it,
yet, but yeah, okay. She can feel the sound
it, and
more.
it's like, so she's like, this is annoying me.
Yeah, the magic is definitely like resounding to the beat of this hammer on anvil. Mm-hmm. And as you get halfway down the stairs, who's in front?
Probably me.
Stupid trap.
There you go. Something for the trap.
Well, yeah. It's ironic that you mentioned that because as Eldith steps across the halfway point, a mouth appears at the bottom of the stairs and it shouts out in a weirdly accented Dwarven, and it says in Dwarven a word 3 times. What's the word it says in Dwarven 3 times, Aaron?
Just one word?
Just one word.
Stop.
No, in Dwarven, dude. The word is not stop.
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 All right. It says stop, let it out, stop.
That sounded like weird.
That's Dwarven with a weird accent. And you all know that the word stop in Dwarven is alert.
It works. It translates well.
I know it does translate super well. Must be a tied language linguistically there. Stop, let it all out, stop.
Stop, let it all out is what I'm hearing.
Yep. Yeah, me too.
But in Dwarven, that's stop. Sorry, alert, intruders approach, alert.
Should we yell back at it?
By all means, Tessakar.
I mean, we could yell back that we're not intruders. It's a rude mouth. We belong here. Don't we? This is what we're supposed to be doing, right?
I love you so much right now.
I'm just tired and emotional today.
I think you should shout back at it.
Yeah, I agree.
What else are we going to do?
We're not intruders, you stupid mouth.
Oh boy.
I love it.
The door at the bottom of the stairs is carved with a glowering dwarf's face. It looks very similar to Durgeddin's, but it might not actually be Durgeddin. It might be Durgeddin's grandpa or Durgeddin's dad or something along those lines, or it might have been. But it looks a hell of a lot like Oscar, to be honest, in many ways. The mouth disappears. The sound of hammering, though, does not. You can still hear that way off in the distance, and you approach the door at the bottom of the stairs.
Into the mouth?
It's a face. There's a door that has a face of a dwarf. The mouth disappeared.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like some Aladdin shit. Like the cave in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. No.
Is there any handles or anything on this door?
Yes, there's a door handle on this door. Pulls open. It's not a spinny door like the other one that was fancy, super duper.
I would very carefully pull this door open. Take a rope.
That's what Tessakar says to Eldith.
Well, if we're that's just Chelsea making I should probably make this observation.
It's good, yeah.
We should probably be a little bit careful with opening that door.
How do you carefully open a door?
With some rope, dumbass.
Oscar, can you check for any traps?
Or that. That works too.
Yeah, I can do a roll for some trap checking.
Why would you roll? No,
Yeah.
That's what I was going to do. Somersault?
Somersault into the door.
I don't have time for gymnastics right now.
That's an acrobatics check.
Any traps?
You give it a cursory glance, and you're pretty sure that the reason that there was a trap just above, and now there's a mouth announcing intruders. the likelihood of a trap on the door as well is pretty slim, considering also that this is a pretty used passageway, as you know. Being a rogue, not even requiring a check, no trap.
No, looks like we're good here.
All right.
And Eldith grabs the handle and slowly pulls the door open.
All right, you open the door. Slowly. I will read the next passage then, very slowly.
Oh.
This enormous hall is lined with 10 great pillars carved into forms of giants and dragons that support a vaulted ceiling high above. Guttering orange torches set in sconces along the walls illuminate the room, and a dais on the opposite end that once held a mighty stone throne has been ruined. This ruins of a stone throne lays in heap upon the ground on the opposite end from the door. The walls were once covered with tile mosaics, but they have all been smashed and defiled by graffiti. Tiny fragments of tile litter the floor, and from your vantage point here at this door, you can see 5 other exits leading from this room. 2 on the north, 1 across from you on the east, 2 to the south. A small fire smolders on the floor in front of the dais, where 6 sleeping pallets lie empty, surrounded by packs and supplies. The sound of hammers ringing on iron is louder and comes from beyond the doors to the south. Suddenly, a harsh voice calls from the shadows of the pillar. Hey, you! Go back the way you came! It's the only warning you'll get! You can tell immediately it's a female dwarven voice.
Sorry, that was well played.
A female? Dwarven?
Voice.
Voice.
I feel like Foggy should do what Foggy does best.
Flirt?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I want to turn it
No.
And usually if you start to flirt, Tessakar tries to beat you. Lucille.
I know. I'm well aware. You didn't have to say her name.
No.
You guys gonna sit around and talk about your possible girlfriend and ex-girlfriend, or are you gonna roleplay?
Roleplay.
So, while they argue,
Who are you?
Right, okay.
Eldith yells down the hall and
Yeah.
she says,
Excuse me, miss. Can we please have an audience?
as in like she wants an audience with her.
Yeah,
We
like-
speak English.
Good.
We're okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You spoke
Yeah.
English the first
Yeah,
time. It was good. I
yeah.
understood. Was that in Dwarven or was that in...
It was in Dwarven so that she was aware that, oh God. I mean, it was in Common.
The first voice was in Dwarven.
Yeah.
So it's in Dwarven as well or in Common?
It's in Dwarven.
In Dwarven. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just back that up because it was confusing.
Yeah.
I know. But I said Dwarven and then I didn't want you to make me say it in Dwarven, which is why I was going to be like, no, it's in Common.
No, I wouldn't. No. Let's help the listener out.
Oh,
so,
good.
okay, let's go back. Did you say that in Dwarven or in Common?
Dwarven.
Perfect. So the responding voice says, are you a mountain dwarf or a hill dwarf? You're a mountain dwarf, right?
I have it on my other sheet.
Yes.
Mountain.
Listen here, you mountain dwarf fucker.
Whoa.
Not coming in and taking our spot. You go back the way you came.
We're not here to take a spot. We're just on an adventure.
Lies.
Can I persuade her with that comment?
I don't think you have any reasonable chance of success based on what's happened so far. So when there is an opportunity where I feel like you do have an because even if you get a natural 20, it's still not probably going to be enough to defeat the difficulty against you in this moment. But there will be a moment for persuasion before hostilities occur, if that's what you're looking for.
Perfect.
Yeah, because you're like, I don't want to fight you. Yeah, and I get that.
Do you, though?
You're right. Roll initiative. Fuck y'all.
No. I need to fight other dwarves.
Yeah, I just like what's happened to this point hasn't been enough for a persuasion check. Let's see what we get out of this, and then we'll get a good persuasion. Or you might be able to persuade her just from roleplay. So we'll see what happens.
Cool.
Listen here, sweet cheeks. We are Durgeddon's family coming back to view some stuff, so step aside, you old pig.
Right, so you haven't seen any of these people as of yet. They're all hiding behind these pillars.
Yeah, I know. I'm just throwing obscenities.
I gather that. You hear another dwarven voice whisper to the principal voice. You may all make perception checks to understand or hear what they said, because they're quite a distance away and it's a whisper.
You said perception, right?
Yeah. Did anyone beat a 15?
No.
Oh, good.
Oscar, you are the only one who hears this one dwarf whisper to the other dwarf. The dwarf says, I may be a Numrod, but Nymira would definitely want to beat the shit out of these mountain dwarves if they're related to Durgeddon.
Oh, I recognize Nymira.
But it has that same sort of accent as the other one. Now, how did Oscar hear that? Did you slip forward into the room?
Yeah, I kind of scouted ahead.
Okay.
Moved forward to get a better position.
So there are 5 giant pillars, like ogres and dragons, right? Like I said, 5 to the north and 5 to the south that offer cover. And you're pretty sure that the voices are coming from the middle, north, and south, and the last ones. And you're pretty sure that you heard from the north that one voice whisper, and the other voice is also to the north. So do you move to the north stealthily?
Yes.
Then when you move to the north, your perception check also offers you a glimpse as you come around, you sneak over and you peer around the column. You can see, just at there's guttering torches everywhere, so you can see in the light, you see a gray-skinned dwarf with black hair that looks to be the one that was talking to you all along. And she sees you when you slip around the corner, and she nods to you. That's it. That's all you get. But there's no response to Tessikar's belittling comment about being the awesome spawn of Durgeddon. What would you like to do?
Eldith yells out, Uncle Oscar, come back! Because she sees that he falls ahead and hopefully giving some sort of indication as to who we are
Sure.
and our relation.
Sure.
I really want to say something.
Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Nobody wants any trouble. We're just walking here.
So the lady dwarf replies back and says, you know that, right? Nobody wants any trouble here. I just want you all to walk out of here. It's like, turn around.
Turn around.
Turn around. Take your little dwarven buns up the stairs and out of here.
All right, Kripke.
Huh. You two sound the same. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, what are the chances of that?
So one of the
You're probably related.
one of the dwarves to the south says to the dwarf to the north that seems to be leading, because they're behind these pillars, right? You can hear, and everyone can hear it. And this dwarf says, "Hey, Raxo, we fighting these things or what? My crossbow trigger, my crossbow trigger finger is itchy." And Raxo says, just hold on, leaving another opportunity for you. As the one named Raxo looks at Oscar.
How do I persuade my family to let us go through?
Can I sing a song?
I was going to say, if you sing like We Are Family, that'd be great.
We
at this moment.
are family.
Yeah. I'm going to strike up the mandolin
Okay.
and start to go. Do, do,
Crossbow
do,
bolt
do.
flies towards your character and just narrowly misses hitting the lute.
I'm
And
gonna
then the person
try
says,
to
damn it.
dance to like I dodged and be like, we are family. I got all my siblings with me. We are family. Come on, get up and sing. Just continuing like that.
Does Oscar want to sing?
You got to sing along with me. Sorry. No, I'm like, and Oscar.
You don't know where Oscar is. He kind of disappeared.
No, I know. I'm Oscar. Where'd you go?
Hey, no shooting any crossbows.
All right. We
Yeah,
are
and actually the other
family.
voice that was at the north is like, hey, no shooting crossbows.
We are family.
Wait a second. Say something. Oh, wait.
Hey, she's just saying everything you're saying, so say something good for us.
Sure.
Fuck you, I'm saying my own words.
Yeah, you're saying... You're saying the same stuff we are. You plagiarist bitch.
All right.
We're
Good
dead
job.
now.
Really good job on that.
Oscar, fix it.
Okay, hold on.
No, what's your armor class?
Oh no, 12.
I have a natural 20 and a crossbow bolt catches you in the thigh.
Ow! I meant every word I said.
You take 8 points of damage.
Now, I'm sure we can resolve this.
Still no. Actually, there was an opportunity for a persuasion check here, but not yet. So what would you like to say?
No, there's no need for any violence. We just want to talk with you. And I think
His words was hurtful.
That one's an old idiot. Just leave him alone. He doesn't know any better.
I can
Okay,
vouch
wait,
for
hold on.
that.
Roll 2d6 psychic damage on Tessicard. No, just kidding.
You damage his pride.
No! Hey! I'm not that much older than you!
You're just adding to the whole thing. And in fact, you realize now that you're younger than Oscar.
Wait a second!
He was born before the fall. He's really old. People have been lying to Oscar his whole life about most of what's been going on for him.
Please excuse my brother. We've just been on a very long adventure, and I think we're almost at the end, and we could just really use your help.
Yeah. The one known as Raxo says, Hey, that's enough. I said no crossbows, even if they are idiot jerks.
We are family.
Stop.
Not helping us.
What's your intent with the song?
Just I'm trying to get them to sing along.
You're being okay. I get it. Yeah, they don't know what to make of it either.
Yeah.
So,
Fine.
Just being Melusine over there.
All right. What were you saying, Eldeth?
Please forgive my brother.
Yeah. Am I saying it again?
Sure. You can say other things if you'd like.
We don't mean any harm, and we don't mean to disrupt you, and we don't intend to stay. We just need to pass through.
Where is you going?
My brother received a vision that led us here, where we were to descend 5 levels, and there was a smoke finger and something about a tooth of stone, and this is where it's led us so far.
That is some weird lying you got going on there. If you all put your weapons down on the ground, I'll take you to meet Nymira, and we can talk about it there. And if all's good, you get your weapons back, you can go down the chasm, but you're not allowed to go to the south.
What south?
Fuck off.
If he says we can't go to the south,
She! I'm a she!
whatever gender this one is.
Whoa! You're just being
Blake?
real insulting here.
Okay, all right. I'm coming out. I take both my weapons and I throw them like in the middle,
Okay, cool.
away from me.
As you do that, the figure also steps out, and it, folks, it's like female Oscar.
Ooh,
Beard
with the
and
beard
all?
and everything.
I wouldn't be surprised.
One mind.
No one on the podcast can see Kyle's eyes roll, but I hope you heard them dryly turn in their sockets.
Can she at least have like some whiskers?
Both of you have a bolt of lightning hit your characters. It says DM on your flesh, and you die. Roll new character. Anyway,
Why are your eyes dry?
I've animals and pets, and I was at the pump house for a week. Okay,
The pump house is like basically
can you hear this?
kind of.
Figure looks like Oscar.
Oscar, is that your sister?
I don't know.
What's a Duragar doing with a bunch of fucking mountain dwarves?
Hey. These are family.
What?
Yeah. He's our uncle.
Twin moment.
Twin moment.
Oh my god, they said that in character too. Feels like the bridge has been healed, or can you feel the two of them reaching out to each other?
Family. Didn't you hear our song?
Thanks for your support, Froggy.
All right.
Welcome.
Raxo looks at the 5 of you up and down.
I wave and smile.
Groans.
I'm standing like this with my cloak, so my hands are like all hidden.
Okay.
Because I'm a warlock and I will not give my weapons up because I am my own weapon.
Yeah, I take out my longsword and I hand it over. I take out my dagger and I hand it over.
Drop them on the ground. Clank, clang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a battle axe.
I forgot it.
You just push Eldeth into the pile.
No, I was always carrying one. I just never use it. I don't know why I have one.
In a need to throw a weapon away.
Yeah, you can have that. I'll use it anyways.
And that's when Raxo says, "Hey, what's wrong with your arm?"
I work out.
No one believes
No,
that.
that one's magic user. You got bind his arms.
What?
Yeah, tie him up.
Okay.
You don't have any rope, Eldeth.
I can just hold his hands.
It was from a magical accident.
Oh my God, what's wrong with your hand?
It's a long story.
Well, a long story. You better tell me, cause that's fucked up.
It's magic. What do you mean? There was an accident.
All right, Wayne, take it off. Put it on the floor.
It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Oh my God, it's your actual hand.
Yeah.
Will you
kinda part.
Will you stop showing them the hand? Do you see the stress it's causing her?
Sorry. I'll put a glove on it.
The other 5 Durgar step out. They're all looking at the hand too, like, oh, what's going on? Oh.
Tessakar likes the center of attention, so he takes his hand back out and is just like showing it off like a new manicure pen.
One of these Durgar, their eyes widen and looks over, and it's like, that's packed stuff. That's a warlock. That's bad. That's so bad.
I have to look sideways in order to say that.
And she winks at Tessakar like,
and says the word wink. Wink.
No, it's one of these wings.
One of the spasms.
hey, that's some good podcasting right there.
I spasm.
That's why I said and says the word wink.
No, I already described the wink.
I just love it.
Melusine says wink.
Maybe Melusine can't wink. We don't know.
Melusine sees the wink and just comments on it.
Ah, wink. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
Tessakar just looks back at her, gives her a little chin nod.
We're family.
When that happens, that Durgar looks down suddenly and picks her right foot up and twists the toe into the dirt of the floor and kind of doesn't look at you but while looking at you.
Well, they might be family. I don't know. They're Durgars? No. Never mind.
So the gray elves.
The gray. We're all elves.
No wonder you had a problem with us.
The gray elves set sail on their ships and head west, never to return to the Isles of Men. These gray dwarves, because that is what they are all there, and they see you toss your weapons into the pile, and they all seem to breathe a sigh of relief. But they are waiting for Tessakar's hands to be bound.
Can I just add that because I have a lot of weapons that I have to put away?
You're mostly naked, so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I just want to add that when I put Des and Troy down, that I carefully kiss them, and then I put them down to sleep. I'm I'll be back.
Do you tuck them in? They're your precious little babies.
They're my babies.
Can I use my red cord that I have to bound his arms?
Why are you helping them?
Yes,
We're family.
That would be a better question to ask in character than would be to ask me.
Is there a walking stick anywhere?
There is a piece of rubble on the floor that could appear to be a walking stick.
Tessakar's going to grab it and then hunch over more, accenting his old lookingness.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
What?
You literally went to go find a walking stick in the moment. It's not like you had it to begin with. I think you historically used your battle axe as a walking stick because you had a really long haft on it, if I recall. So, roll away.
Please be good. The lowest is 16.
No. All right.
It's not
Good
bad.
try, though. Good try.
The one that's flirting with you is like, oh, his back is so sore. Guys, she's just trying to help you. And it's not, guys, no. He should have his hands free to do what he wants. And then she bites her lower lip.
Well, if someone wants to just give me a hand and help me walk along, that'd be great too.
yeah. And Raxo shoots her a look like, stop it. Horn dog. That's her name.
Aptly named.
I'll make something clear. Everybody keeps talking about how all of you are family and related. But these are Duergar. These are gray dwarves. They are not there's no way Fogrim or Eldeth or Oscar originally any of you would ever admit to having Duergar blood. They are dark dwarves. They make pacts
confused.
with evil things. They are
So does Tessakar.
racially mountain and hill dwarves get along very well. Mountain dwarves think they're better than hill dwarves. Hill dwarves think they're more worldly and knowledgeable than mountain dwarves, but both of them at least get along and work together, and they're constantly trying to subjugate and in a whole bunch of racial issues with Duergar.
That's just rude.
You would think. But as in anything, racial interactions are always fraught, and they're always more complicated than we think, as we have learned with Durgeddon and his mistress and their illicit child.
Wave to the kids, Oscar.
So the likelihood is possibly very strong that Oscar might be related to these specific Duergar. The rest of you would not be at all.
But the brother of my traveling companion is also my friend.
That's an old saying.
Well,
Old dwarven saying.
if he's our uncle, though.
Also, you shouldn't
It would be on the marriage
You
side, though,
shouldn't
not the
judge
bloodline.
family.
book by its cover.
It's still technically family, though.
Well, for him, but not for you. Yes,
Yeah,
what?
You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Oh, was that
Oh,
your-
did you just give me one of your damn cliches?
Yes.
All right, you have a blue gem. No, sorry, it's a white gem for your damn cliches.
I've never.
And I'm going to say that in character.
Because you so needed.
No, I know,
gem.
right?
All right.
Can I say it in character?
Of course.
Okay. So Melusine just, muses to herself, plucking away at her mandolin, and says, we really shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Doop, 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 doop.
And who is that directed to? Is that directed to the 4 or 5 of you, or is that directed to the 6 Duergar?
Just going to say it kind of in the middle.
To all present.
So musing loud enough that everybody can hear.
The 10 columns of ogres and dragons and giants are like, yeah, we are all columns here. We shouldn't judge each other based on what we are carved into, but what we are carved from.
That was actually really good.
Wow.
That was really deep. I like that. Those columns should take that to heart.
So is this level of Forge of Fury. Welcome to the 4th level of the Forge of Fury. To the north, there are 2 doors.
Literally deep.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.